All right. Thank you, Music Posse, for dropping our intro music so that it pumps me up and it pumps my co-host Warren up so that we can show up for you. Thank you, everyone. If you are tuning into today's live stream in this live stream video series, Real Living in Bridgeport. And as I'm talking to you, if you have joined us in previous episodes before, thank you for showing up. If you are showing up for the first time, I would encourage you to certainly like and subscribe to my YouTube channel where we share this information of value to you every 4 weeks. So with all of that said, let me add my co-host into today's conversation. Hello, Warren.
Hi, Bill. Hi, everyone.
How are you today?
Pretty good. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday back. By the way, as I look out my window, we got blue skies, some clouds, but we still got the heat, man. You agree?
I agree. It's 80s in October, which is a miracle.
It is 80s in October. And I'll admit, I'm kind of loving it. What I don't love right now is I didn't want to do it. But what I don't love right now is having to water my lawn so that it can build up enough water, since we're running a deficit here in Chicago, so that it can sustain itself through the winter. So a day in the life of a Chicago suburbanite.
Right.
Because I know this, Warren, in the Chicago neighborhood of Bridgeport, not the city.
Right.
You guys have the smaller lots that nice new homes are either being built on or existing resale homes that are getting renovated are situated on. So you don't have as much of the problem of having to sprinkle or water the lawn.
Correct.
Right. You could probably do it with a nozzle and a hose. Am I correct?
Yes. We don't have to have a sprinkler spray all over the whole lawn.
Not to mention, the reason why I have been procrastinate, I really didn't want to sprinkle and water my lawn, is because, you know what, Warren, like everything else right now, my utility bills, especially water, has gotten expensive. So I've had to remind myself, Bill, you got to peel that back. So with all of that said, why don't you lead us off today, Warren, dropping your real estate broker professional's view of what is going on with the real estate market in, near, or around the Chicago neighborhood of Bridgeport.
So in the area of Bridgeport, Chicago, not Connecticut.
There you
go. Inventory has still been very low, but also homes have been on the market for a little bit longer than usual.
Okay.
So right now it's a good time to buy because rates have gone down a little bit, and then less competition, which is key because once the spring market comes, you have more people, lower rates jumping in. You would have to pay more than what you have to now. So if you're listening right now, you should go have Bill pre-approve you before the market gets hot because right
Yep.
now competition is low. You don't have to overpay as much when spring comes.
Yeah, yeah. And in case some of you, well, I'm the first in line to say this. It's easier to look at visual data. Let me share with all of you audience members with what Warren just dropped. Yes, we're not talking about Bridgeport, Connecticut. And by the way, there is actually a city called Bridgeport in Illinois, Warren. I was surprised by that. So I'm glad we always clear up. It's Bridgeport, the neighborhood within the city of Chicago. So here is a visual of what the neighborhood of Bridgeport looks like. And by the way, for all of you watching this live stream, Warren, according to this third-party data from homes.com, right now, there is a 2.7 month supply of homes for sale. That's still right now a pretty tight seller's market, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Inventory is still very low. People are still not selling or moving, especially right now when the holidays are coming as well.
Okay. So let me ask you this question. According to this data from homes.com, the median single family, that would be detached single family sale price, median price point is just over $500,000. Does that kind of register with you? Because I know you see a lot of homes, you sell a lot of homes, you help people buy enough homes. Does that sound about right?
That sounds about right.
Okay. And then pivoting to, let's say, another property type, townhomes. The median sell price is a little less. It's 460,000. Does that kind of register as well?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And then no surprise, I think, because you did mention housing inventory supply is still somewhat tight. According to homes.com, the number of homes currently for sale is a small number of 30. That's pretty amazing. There's only 30 homes for sale in Bridgeport. Come on, really?
Yes, and Bridgeport is like one of the larger neighborhoods in Chicago.
Okay. All right. So would it be safe for me to say this and guess this? When a household, we'll call them John and Jane Doe, initially maybe calling you to say, Warren, we want to buy a home in Bridgeport. If they cannot find what they want in Bridgeport, using this set of visual data, this visual aid, would it be safe to say that then maybe you ask them, would you be open to looking at properties in McKinley Park, back of the yards, Canaryville, maybe also like, Bronzeville area, just to help them kind of gauge and see what their money can buy them, correct?
Correct. Just so
Okay.
they have a comparison.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. Let's now take a look at some new construction stuff. So new homes. Let's take a look at this. There's a whopping, guess what? There's a whopping 18 homes that are brand new construction for sale. Let's pick on this particular development. It's a condo development off of the 2800 block of Halstead. What's your opinion of these new construction condos? Have you seen them?
Well, they're not fully built yet, so you cannot really walk in. It's just like they don't even have models for it yet.
Gotcha. So what you can see is only like the rendering, right?
Correct. The rendering and then like the exterior of the building.
Okay. All right. Well, this corner from what I can tell, this corner of Halstead and I'm guessing Archer, at least the visuals look appealing.
Yeah, it's very appealing. The location is great. If you are facing northwest, you have
Yes.
a beautiful skyline view. And then
Gotcha.
you also have the park across the street from it. So like you have a lot of green to see and then the city skyline. So you have a wonderful view.
Good. That's good to know. And if I might get my bearings straight, this part of Halstead and Archer, it might be close to walking distance to like the commuter train or the L train, right?
Yes, it's very close to the Halstead Orange Line.
Okay. All right. So for all of you watching and listening to this, if you are looking for new construction condos and you're ready to at least, commit to buying brand new construction, why? Because you want that new home smell. Stay tuned as we wrap up our live stream today. I'm going to drop and share with you how to get in touch with Warren so that he can represent you as your exclusive buyer's broker. And now let me flip to another set of data. Sharing this with you, Warren, I want to see if you're surprised by this data. This is from third-party data from homes.com. This is giving a very large data set of the largest U.S. metro areas seeing housing supply grow, meaning inventory is growing. Are you surprised by, let me zoom into this. Are you surprised by the fact that Raleigh, North Carolina has like a lot of homes for sale? I guess they're a buyer's market. Are you surprised by that?
I'm really surprised. I'm surprised that Las Vegas, Miami, and Atlanta is also on the top too.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Las Vegas, I'm not that surprised by. Miami, kind of surprised by. But Raleigh, North Carolina, I'm like, really? That's kind of like a college town,
Right.
All right. And then now let me roll to the bottom. Are you surprised where Chicago sits?
I'm surprised. I'm definitely surprised because we have a lot of people leaving like Chicago, so it doesn't make sense.
Exactly. I thought the same thing. It was kind of first glance counterintuitive. And then now let me share this visual data with you. This is looking really big picture across all of the U.S., probably tier 1 and tier 2 cities. It's telling us the cost of homes is rising in these cities. And let's take a look at Chicago together. Let me zoom in a little bit so we can all see more clearly. Chicago is showing about a 6% clip in terms of cost of homes rising. Look at how it compares to, let's pick on someone. Look at how it compares to Las Vegas. It's outpacing Las Vegas.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yes, it's
I guess
crazy.
people don't want to move to Vegas for the heat and the opportunity to gamble 24/7. Right?
Right.
Too funny. So with all of that said, what I wanted to talk about today as well is, what you see with new construction homes. I know you personally, you and your household recently moved to a new construction home. Did you enjoy that new home smell?
Yes.
Yeah. You hesitated. What were you surprised by? I've got to ask.
Well, I'm not surprised by it, but like personally, I'm not a fan of new construction. I prefer like homes that are around like 16 to 20 years, give or take.
Really? Why is that?
Because they're more settled, like the
Okay.
foundation settled in, so you won't have like foundation cracks here and there that you have to deal with.
Okay, got that. So you like something like a bottle of wine or whiskey, you like it aged a little bit.
Yes.
All right, spot on. Let's now shift the conversation to, I know within our culture, I can only imagine you, like me, you probably have family members, maybe not immediate, kind of extended, that still live abroad, right? They live in Hong Kong, China, or maybe they've at least popped over to Canada. Fair?
Fair.
All right, all right. So with all of that said, why am I bringing this up, Warren? Recently, I would classify her, my second cousin who lives primarily in Hong Kong and splits her time in Hong Kong in Australia. She messaged me through WhatsApp, and she is planning to visit with me and my parents here in the greater Chicago area. And one of the things that she shared with me was her interest to add to her real estate portfolio with properties in the US. And I said, oh, okay, makes sense as to why you might want to do that. What really surprised me was when she said to me, she said, well, I want to add to my portfolio Chicago metropolitan properties. And I said, okay. And I said, well, why is that? And it was funny because she apparently did enough of her homework. She referenced some of this data that I just shared with you, where she sees, even abroad, that real estate prices are holding very steady, if not strong, in the Midwest, primarily Chicago, even though people are moving away. Right?
Right.
So to that point, I responded to her and I said, yeah, Chicago has held strong. Like everything real estate wise, it's always location, location, location. So you and I both know that the neighborhood of Bridgeport, the neighborhoods like South Loop, we see a lot of growth.
Yes.
Right? We see, unfortunately, audience members, a lot of growth. Why? Because when you might be traversing throughout Bridgeport, throughout Chinatown, guess what you and I face, Warren? We face a lot more traffic, buddy.
Yes. A lot of traffic.
A lot of traffic, a lot of pedestrians, and not to my surprise, I don't think you would be surprised by it either. We see a lot more non-Asians.
Yes.
I love that, don't you?
I like the diversity of it
as well, right? Yeah, I see a lot more non-Asians having. You're gonna laugh with me. Having boba tea, smoothies, and guess what? Even at the local hot pot restaurants.
Yes. And
right?
and the Szechuan places too, like the spicy food.
Yes. What? By the way, you're a big fan of spicy food, right?
No, I don't really
No?
like to eat spicy. My wife does.
Okay, because yes, I remember she's from a different part of China. I'm like you. I don't lean toward like really, really spicy foods. I can tolerate up to a certain limit. And you're absolutely right. The Szechuan cuisine, for all of you watching us who have not visited Chinatown or the neighborhood of Bridgeport, you got to hit us up, right? There's so many choices of foods available to you. Would you say that it's still relatively inexpensive compared to other parts of Chicago?
Yes.
I agree. And the best way to have a meal together is family style, right?
Yes.
All right. So back to real estate. So in my conversation with my second cousin, because she opened up and she said, hey, at some point after my visit with you and your parents, I'm really seriously thinking about adding to my real estate portfolio. So she asked me, she said, how difficult would it be for someone like me that has no US roots to source financing to get a loan to buy real estate in the US? And here is how I answer her. I want to share it with you, Warren, as well as our audience today. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult because there are financing solutions for foreign nationals, whether you are a foreign national from Asia, another country, or even our brothers, sisters up in Canada, you can still source financing even though you have no roots or very little roots here in the US. The kicker, though, is this. Most of the time, the question becomes, are you going to owner occupy the subject property? Or for most foreign nationals, it really is more of an investment, right? So in that case, what you have to plan for, audience members, some of you who might be foreign nationals, or audience members, some of you who may have your close friends, family members who are foreign nationals, what you really have to plan for is make sure that you have locked down your downstroke. The minimum down payment is a little bit steeper than when you are a US citizen or someone that has a green card buying real estate property here in the US, especially when you are owner occupying it. You can get by with a very skinny down payment. If you're buying things as an investment, that's where the down payment requirement does kind of jump up on you. All right. So with all of that said, Warren, think about that the next time you pick up a call from a foreign national, probably speaking to you and me in Cantonese or Mandarin, because I know your better half speaks Mandarin, so you can shove her in front of the call to help you do the translation.
Right.
So audience members, as Warren and I wrap up today's live stream, we're keeping it short and sweet today. Why? Because, well, I'm going to speak for myself first. I think Warren will agree. We do want to end this quickly so that we can go out and enjoy this Friday. Beautiful weather, an early start to our weekend. So audience members, for those of you listening to today's live stream, if you have a question that we didn't maybe share some answers to you with, if you have a need to engage Warren in a conversation to look at new construction properties, condos, or single family homes, and you need his representation to take you into the property, what must you do? Hang on, let me swap out the content here. What must you do? All you need to do is simply scan the QR code that you see to the right. That is the QR code for Warren. Scan that. You'll easily get in touch with Warren to start a conversation. And along the way, should you need help to finance your next real estate purchase, acquisition, adding to your portfolio, scan the QR code to the left, and Warren and I can tag team and serve you in the best way possible to get you to your next chapter. So, Music Posse, play us out, because Warren and I want to bounce. Let's do it. Here we go.